Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Going Crunchy Not Crazy. I'm a mom of 2 little girls and we are homeschooling full-time this year, preschool and kindergarten. So let's talk about the games that we are using this year in our homeschool. We just got this recently and we broke this out during our power outage, is the Sneaky Snacky Squirrel. This is by Educational Insights and I really like this. I had seen a couple other people talk about it and I liked the general idea of it, but I like it even more than I expected to. The whole box is the plain board. Now you have little tree stumps that you need to match the color of your acorns with, but the entire box is actually your playing surface with all of your acorns that lay into the tree. Now your squirrel, the Sneaky Snacky Squirrel, is these little pinchers, and this is so great for really all little preschool, elementary age kids that are working on those fine motor skills. You scoop up a acorn and then you put it into your personal tree stump and match the colors. And there's lots of different things that can happen. You can get 1 or 2. The sneaky squirrel comes and steals 1. The sad squirrel doesn't get any. And so different things happen, but it really works color recognition and counting. And the best thing is it really works that fine motor skills in a super fun way. And my kids are obsessed with the little squirrel, and I even really like the little squirrel. And we've really liked this. And I absolutely love that the plain board is the box. Like that, for me, is fantastic, because one of our other favorite preschool games, the box was so sturdy that my children used it as a step stool and completely demolished the box. So hopefully I will put a picture in of the bee game, but about 1.5 years ago at a homeschooling conference, I found the company Simply Fun, and we have another one of their games, well, I guess sort of 2 other one of their games, but they have this little memory bee game where you have these little bees. You have to remember where all of the different color bees were. So you talk about where all the colors are, and then you hide them with the beehive. And then they have to remember. You pull a card and you have to guess where it was. And then if you guess right, you get that bee. And a bear can come along and take it, and you can have to put some back sometimes. But playing this game with my 3.5-year-old, we really started to figure out that she has a very good memory. And she can kick your little behind in this game. Another game from Simply Fun, I don't know if it's really a game, but it's sort of a family game. It's these conversation cards, and I think they have a couple different ones, but it's a conversation ring, and we keep this in our car whenever, we need an icebreaker or something. I know some people use these kinds of things in morning baskets, but it's just questions like, what makes you happy? And it's very sweet, and I don't know, I like the little conversation rings. I think those are really fun. Okay, another brand new game that we just opened during our power outage. We kind of had been planning to save this, but 2 days without power will make you do desperate things. We got Chick-a-Piglets. And I love this game, and my children are now obsessed with this game. And it's a very cute game. It is about a chick-a-piglet. It's a half chicken, half pig who is racing a cow. And the reason that I originally bought this game is this is an example of a cooperative game. So everybody wins if you win. The chick-a-piglet is racing the cow, and everybody is the chick-a-piglet, and everybody is against the cow. So you have these little chips that lay on the game board, and everybody, as their turn comes up, gets to flip over 2 pieces. And so this is, maybe you got an elephant, and then you would try to match that to a card you have, or you slip in cow poop, which my kids think is the funniest thing in the whole world. And if you end up matching the animals, if you get the animals that match your card, you get to move the chick-a-piglet. But if you slip in cow poop, the cow advances around the board. And so everybody is working together to beat the cow. And this concept was actually kind of difficult for my 4.5-year-old. She wanted to win the game against everybody else. Like she wanted to be the cow or the chicken piglet, and everybody else, you know, have their own thing. And it took a couple of times playing for her to understand the concept of that we are all playing together, because we've had other games where one person wins. And this, in like the cooperative game zone, everybody playing the game either wins or loses. And I love that. I absolutely love it, because her and her sister and mommy and daddy are all on the same team. And so I really, really like it. And I also really like that this game doesn't have any plastic pieces at all. You know, these are like, if you ever played Pogs, these are like thick kind of cardboard Pog pieces, and the little cow and the chicken piglet are wood pieces. Now you can play this against other people. There is a mode that you can do that, but we just don't do that. It is a cooperative game for us. So that is how we do it. Like, I mean, even the bags that hold everything isn't plastic, and that just, I just like that. That makes this mama happy. So that is Chicken Piglets. Another just kind of silly game that we got sort of for preschool is Frozen surprise slides, because we love everything Frozen. Now I was able to get this on crazy sale, which is the only reason that I originally got it, but I do like it. It is really good for color recognition, and it's a very traditional plain surface. It's just the very sort of traditional Candyland type of board, except for depending on what you spin, some of the pieces actually switch positions, so it just changes a little bit. But it's been really good for my 2.5-year-old to learn colors, but also learn to move spaces correctly and like the order of spaces, and she has found that challenging, but is gotten much better. So she is learning a little bit through this one as well. Now the other one that is just like, it is really geared towards preschool, but everybody has a lot of fun playing, is the Cat in the Hat. I Can Do That. And one of the reasons that I really wanted to get this game is that you pull cards, you pull 3 cards, and it tells you a thing to do, it tells you an object to do it with, and then it tells you kind of where to put the object. So an example is jump 3 times with the book under your chin. And so they have, it comes with like little pretend books and boats and like little cardboard versions of it, but it's just good for following directions. So not only is it very active, like it's jumping and crawling and spinning and running, which my 2.5-year-old wants to do all the time. It's really great practice for following directions, which we are working on. Another family game, which is very similar to the Frozen surprise slides, is the World of Beatrix Potter Paths and Burrows. And if you've seen my curriculum, or no, maybe my curriculum video, or it might have been my homeschool room, you'll know this is actually an antique game from my childhood. So this board game is from when I was a little girl. So the girls have seen this up on a shelf for many years, and my oldest daughter has been allowed to play it a few times with mommy throughout the years. And so me and her will play it sometimes, but it's just this really beautiful old game, and all of the pieces are ceramic, which is why it is very special. And just sometimes, but it's nice because it works on counting. It's very basic, it's very quick, and I mean anything that is counting and moving correct spaces for littles I think is awesome. But we are reading all of the Beatrix Potter books this year, so we have gotten this out and is on the shelf, and we'll be doing it sometimes special during our Charlotte Mason tea afternoons. The next, we were given this, but I really like memory games, sort of like I was saying with the bee game. I think that anything that is concentration and memory is super important right now. So we have several kind of memory games, and I have 2 little girls that are super obsessed with princesses. Another really good non-memory game for concentration is this Spot It Junior. And this one's the animal one. There's a bunch of different versions, but basically, if you've never seen it, you have piles of cards. Every person has a little pile, and then there's one card that you are trying to speed match to. And the animals are really nice because she always knows what the animals are. Some of the other versions, the symbols can be difficult, so I like the junior one. But it's really good to remember to be paying attention and to really look, because all of the sizes are different, and sometimes the fish is really big, sometimes the fish is really small on your card, and you have to really pay attention. And she can do this one herself, which is my favorite thing about it. She will actually take these and put the card out and just try to match, and doesn't even play against somebody, but just will try to match. And that is wonderful for moms if she'll do something herself. We also have a big variety of puzzles. I really like the puzzle pack. This particular pack I like because it came with 4 different difficulties of puzzle. It says Fairy Tale Spin to Play, and this is from Ebo. Now Ebo also has a similar version or a similar game to this that are playing cards, and you flip over the card and it presents you with a person or a place, and you have to tell a story about that. So this is similar, but this is more of a board game style where you spin to do it. And it's a really great way for little kids to start working on narrative and imagination and telling a story, and it's very sweet. And there's a couple of versions of the Spin to Play, but this one is the fairy tale one, and I love it. I love it. All right, the next 2 are slightly, I guess, aspirational. I have had this Wildcraft in my wish list since I think my daughter was born. It is an herbal adventure game, and it teaches some of the principles of foraging and herbalism and things, and it's like there's actually a story also that goes along with this. I think you can get online, and there's a story about being at your grandmother's house, and your grandmother sends you to get things from the woods, and there's a lot of aspects to this, but the basics of the game is you're going through the woods, and you come across different herbs and different plants, and it starts to teach you what some of the wild plants of North America and other places, I'm assuming, can do. So you have things like plantain that can be used for bandages, and wild rose, and it's a really cool way to start introducing herbs. I'm really excited to start doing this when we start working on botany this year. And then this is the other Simply Fun game that I have. It is Dreaming Dragons, and it is just gorgeous. The best way I can explain this is that it is sort of a cool 3D dragon version of maybe like Operation, where you have a dragon, and it has a bunch of lizards that live on top of the dragon. There's a bunch of different colors. I'm not going to get them all out, but there's a bunch of different colors, and within these are its golden eggs, if you can see these. And so you pile all of these different color dragons with the eggs on top of the game, and then depending on what color you are, you move everything off to get the eggs, and your goal is to get different, you get different eggs and different colors of lizards off the dragon without it tumbling over. So these are obviously like slightly advanced fine motor skills, so we have not played this yet. I think technically it's 6 and up, but I think my daughter is ready to do this, and we've had this in our closet for a while, and I've done it, and it's really fun. I was trying to see if she was sort of ready for it, but you have to kind of unlock the lizards from each other without tumbling all of the eggs apart. It's a very cute strategy game that has fine motor skills in it, and it is really nifty. So that is the other game that we have by Simply Fun. Please let me know if you have questions or comments. Everything will be linked below. Some of the links will be affiliate links through Amazon, but many of these games I bought used, and a few were given to us. Bye guys.